I'm recording this video in front of the home that my siblings and I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. As this coming Shabbos is the fourth Yartzeit, the fourth anniversary of the passing of my father. My siblings and I had the distinct schus and honor and merit to grow up in a home observing two humble giants and the way they lived their lives. It's already almost 4 years since my father passed away, and from time to time, someone comes over to me and shares with me a story, a word of inspiration, a joke, something that my father shared with them. One individual who suffered from anxiety and depression shared the following joke that my father would regularly tell him. My father would tell him the joke of the individual who wanted to leave the former Soviet Union. So he came to the office to get some of the necessary papers, the visas to leave, and the authority asked him, he says, is everything okay in Russia? So he says, I can't complain. He says, do you have a good job? He says, I can't complain. He says, do you have a house to live in? He said, I can't complain. He says, so why do you want to leave Russia? He says, because I can't complain. And my father would regularly tell him that story to, lift his spirits in a moment that he was down. It came time when my parents were honored. This individual took out a full-page ad saying, Mazel Tov to Rabbi and Mrs. Rosenblum on the honor. I can't complain, and he signed his name. These are the type of stories that I hear from many individuals who continue to do things and fulfill mitzvahs or particularly activity based upon something that my father shared with them, which is really a powerful message to each and every one of us, that individual mitzvahs and individual people, by doing acts of goodness and kindness, or any particular mitzvah, we have the ability to affect many, many people. And we have the ability to transform the darkness around us with little acts of kindness. A little light dispels a lot of darkness. We find ourselves in a time when Klal Yisrael, Israel, needs our prayers and our blessings. And we have to continue to do these mitzvahs, these small acts of goodness and kindness, realizing that they have the ability and the power to influence the outcome. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu will continue to show us tremendous miracles and ensure that people in Israel and throughout the world are safe and protected, and the hostages are released from captivity. It's a custom before Rosh Hashanah, before the new year, to take on a new resolution, a mitzvah, a good deed that we accept upon ourselves for this new year. That increases the light. I want to conclude with a blessing that we should all be inscribed with a ksiva, v'chasima, taiva, a shana taiva mesukah, a sweet new year, a year full of blessing and success, and only good things individually and collectively. I also would like to mention that on my father's Yartzeit there'll be the community Shabbos Shuvah drasha speeches. I'll have the merit to address the crowd. My topic is titled, What My Father, Olav Shalom, Taught Me About Shuvah. That's 5 p.m. at Sharei Torah this coming Shabbos. Have a wonderful Yom Tov.